solutions. I'm not alone that will do that this morning. I have my crew with me, and Pinky is right here.
Wearing pink today.
Yeah. Pink this morning. Pink Republic, good morning to you.
Good morning, Vera. Good morning, Will. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. I am Barrister Ebe. Welcome to the Bumper Breakfast Show.
You look good.
Thank you.
Yes, I have Rio the Master. Robin Emmanuel is in the building. Robin Emmanuel, good morning to you, Rio.
Yeah, good morning, Vera. Good morning, Pink. Good morning, Nigerians. It's another day. It's a brand new day. Let's have breakfast. I'm Robin Emmanuel.
We're going to have a really hot breakfast. Although Lagos was wet yesterday, I don't know. I've not gone through the weather forecast. But maybe today will be, I don't know, maybe sunny. We don't know yet. But it's a beautiful morning. Well, we have loads of things. But before we go into what we have, looking at Lagos and all the environs in Lagos, Rio, what do you think is happening? It looks a bit stiff. Is it that everybody from all angles of the country, they are coming to reside in Lagos?
It's a center of excellence. It's a business hub. So everybody must get to Lagos. If you're a Nigerian and you have not gotten to Lagos, you are yet to become a Nigerian. So it's an obvious question. It's the most populated black state in the world. So there is no business you do in Lagos that you don't make your money, provided you know where your target audience are. So everybody wants to come to Lagos. People harvest their farm products in other states and want to sell in Lagos. People want to live in Lagos. So by the time your business, and that's why people said, oh, the Igbos don't want to go and invest in their place. It's because a lot of them have their businesses here. So it's far more better for them to stay, monitor their business. When containers are coming, they pass through Lagos, international airport in Lagos. I mean, the wealthy men, I think the richest man in Nigeria lives in Lagos. He has his house somewhere on the island. The president of this country currently lives in Lagos. So almost everybody. So you want to be where things are happening. All Nigerian celebrities, if you're singing music and you have not come to Lagos to promote it, to blow, you have to have connection, extra one. So it's one of the reasons why I feel Lagos is congested, and that's why house rent continue to increase.
Don't let us go there. Don't let us go there.
Because
it's obvious. He's saying the truth.
They have the population, so when the demand is much, the suppliers tend to increase their cost or their prices because they know you guys really want it. So that's why I say if you go to other states, if you go to Gombe, for example, you can see duplex for 550,000.
If you wake up the next morning,
you
might see yourself in one bush. Because this same thing he's saying in Kaduna, there's a place, Banawa, I think that place is okay. Then there's another place, you get a house cheaper. And somebody said, when you wake up in the morning, see yourself for bush, you go know why that house is cheap.
Anyway, Eko, they say, Eko, Eko no go agree for nonsense. If you are standing as Eko is good, you have to be careful, you have to be smart. What's your idea of Lagos?
The truth about Lagos, I would say Lagos should pardon people coming in because I would not say it's just because it's center of excellence. It has been a capital. And once a capital, it will attract a lot of people. And earlier on, people have invested, right? So from my mother's side, they were the first set of Igbos that actually came to Lagos. You find out that all what they know is Lagos. It's only, somebody took them to the east. And from my father's side, it's in the north, right? So they know that part of the north. Once upon a time, Kaduna was a business hub. Everybody was there because of the insecurity. And there's another thing Rio mentioned. I think most people have that misconception. If you see an Igbo man building a house, he has it already. You don't understand? An Igbo man cannot stay in one place. Let me tell you what he has. He will be traveling from here to here, looking for where is. As far as Lagos is bubbling, he cannot stay in his house.
Not even Lagos, everywhere.
Everywhere. He
but
just
that's not
wants
the
to be
story
there.
for the day. I just wanted us to just talk on that and look at Lagos the way Lagos is and the way people are doing in Lagos. Lagos is a beautiful place, I must say. You want to enjoy in Lagos, but if you don't stand well,
you go for
The boys, we do you the boys. We do you the boys. Anyway, we have lots of things to discuss this morning on the show. First, I want us to take this very trendy, I must take from that, the Electoral Act. The Senate approves e-transmission of results and allow manual as well. Let me start with Barrister Pink Republic, your legal practitioner. Maybe you have one or two things to say. But I must say that, remember that the IREF, what happened during the last election, we went out to cover that election. We saw what happened. Some worked, some didn't work. There was no network or whatever. Things were happening at the same time. And we also saw Nigerians came up now to say, there were some protests to say to the National Assembly, we cannot take this. And National Assembly is saying, no, we know we can do without, we can. But at the end of the day, they've agreed, they've accepted that this will work with manual. So you can actually go vote. But I still want, maybe we'll talk more on that, get a guest on that. We can also use the message. But I have some reservation I want to finish discussing, so I'll talk about those reservations. But for Pink Republic, what do you think about this new development?
Earlier on, when people were talking about this e-transmission, right? When they made the law, I was angry, but I started looking at it the other way, that there must be an exception, right? Because some people are claiming that their village don't have internet. There's nowhere there is no internet, but I came to the studio this morning and I realized that I was having glitch. You understand? So it can happen anytime, any day. And sometimes there are some people in their environment, once the rain, the clouds start gathering, you see their internet will go off, no matter how strong and expensive that internet is. So I will see it like an exception. I will accept it, but it's a loophole. I see it as a loophole for rigging.
For the, I mean, are you talking about the
the e-transmission, but the exception of adding the manual, to me is a loophole, because if you're getting results real time, and somebody will just claim that, we cannot download, we cannot transfer, we can't do this one, but it's a loophole for rigging. But we should accept it in a way, because it's a fallback. Because I want to give you people an example. Just imagine if they cannot transmit real time, and they're trying to get to a coverage area, and it still is not uploading, we then cancel such results. So that's what we should be looking at. They cannot disenfranchise people just because one internet refused to work. So it's a loophole for rigging, but at the same time, we should accept it so that all votes will be counted in one way or the other.
Okay, Rio.
Well, I feel 99.9% of Nigerian politicians are greedy people. Both the people, the current administration and the opposition. The opposition are showing more interest in being greedy anyways. Like Barrister Pink said, internet can fail you anytime in this country. Just like bank will fail you. Sometimes they will even debit you, send you mail, you will not get the money. And they continue to create opportunity for riggers when you say this. Because number one, we have not successfully handled the manual, and now we want to go for e-transmission. And one thing about the e-transmission is there is nobody to even hold accountable. So everybody want to count, and when they count, it is what they counted they want to see on that place. I remember the last election, there was glitch in their whatever website. At a point in time, they had to pause because they said some hackers were trying to access the portal to change results. Because I believe there are many ways by which we can change. In Kano, they have about 44 local governments and about 24 don't have banks. If 24 local governments don't have banks, tell me how internet is going to be very strong in that place. Because there is no bank that does not even need internet to start with. So now the Senate have approved the e-transmission under a condition that if there is maybe a glitch, network failure or whatever thing that happened, it will eventually be transmitted manually. They will take it. So now they are giving them two reasons to even rig election. they can read through the e-transmission, because at the long run, is somebody that we type all these things there. They would see, because there are sometimes after counting the election, they will still come to tell you error here, all these people that they use and all. So to me, I just feel we just need more serious minded people in the country that they can actually, and when people are voting too, people should be educated on how to vote. A lot of votes will go on void, and people will come out and say, no, we voted for this party, but when you check how they voted, it was void, and it won't be counted. But meanwhile, they already voted and they left. They just vote, they leave, they vote, they leave. So if they can educate people more, when you vote, stay until when you are done. Like, don't go anywhere. It's like you are determined to decide your life on that very day. So when you vote, you stay there. Because if you were sick and you're in the hospital and doctor says stay, you will stay. If police say stay until when they can tell you to leave, you will stay. So we should make election our life. Once you vote, you stay there. And everybody knows, okay, this is what we have here, this is what we have here. Because once election is coming, the first thing that comes to the mind of any politician, first, especially in Nigeria, is how to rig. There is nobody, because you are thinking of how will I win election. If you are buying votes, you are still rigging election, because you are using money to change people's interest. Then if you have the power, you are still rigging election. You can rig election in any form. So politicians in Africa, in Nigeria, is what they think first. Why are they not having this problem in the Western world? Even despite the fact that they were using e-transmission, the last election that brought in Joe Biden, Donald Trump still went to court that they rigged the election, that there was a problem. So you can imagine, as big as the United States, somebody is still accusing somebody of rigging election and not bringing out, when we're seeing how the thing was moving. It's technology. Eventually,
exactly. No, what he says is
still
the
human being that we still
showing.
It was showing. Yes, somebody said they rig. It's the human being that will press it. It's human being that will. It's not
One state.
So if you want us to do that election transmission result, now don't let us use ballot box or ballot paper. When you get to the polling booth, use your tongue to vote. You put it on the whatever machine. Bam, the thing scan your face, approve, you are voted, straight to computer. It's not like somebody is using paper to, because now INEC will now bring another budget now for Nigeria. If you are using transmission, there will be budget for internet, there will be budget for some machine, there will be budget for the training. They will train the people that will come. Another billions of naira is going down. So sometimes just think about the cost implication of it. So if let's not use paper, because you cannot be budgeting for machine and be budgeting for paper.
Double.
Yes, because if you use paper after the whole counting, number one, it will make election slow. It will make results come out very late.
Yeah.
Because they will think it will be fast. It's after the whole election. Now they will have to transmit to internet. Internet then will now show the people. But if they've counted, now this one, remove the paper. Let's get to that and let's do thumbprints. It brought out, but once the moment the first thumbprint, it bring out your bio or your profile, then you can now vote on the same machine. Then you are voted. Go. Nobody is using any paper. No vote is going void. Everybody will vote, and then we will like no Nigeria is working.
Okay, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to say something. So I don't know if they should study the election in NBA, because we vote from our phones, and once you click, the face of all the people vying for that post of president, secretary, all of them, they have their own page. And just in front of them, when you click, guess what? People are seeing it in real time. So it's not impossible that people can actually do this. Because other organizations are doing it and it's successful. Because just imagine us going to the ballot box in Ikeja, NBA, they will now count, now transmit results. But we're in our houses. The websites, like if you have paid for your money for that year, the link was sent to you. Once you click it, you see everything. And people that are seeing it in real time see how it moves. So it's not impossible. At this point, I don't think we should be talking about people who lining up. Because now we have NIN that can actually identify people and their real ages, because they keep talking about underage voters, right? Yeah. So this NIN will bring out your age. You can't say you are 16 or 18 when you are 12 because of your site. So they can use that NIN number to send you the link, or you click or type in your NIN number from just your email or from the link and vote.
They are not ready. You will
I
vote and
think
you can be monitoring.
You don't want to tell me that
what
they can
is
look
going
at what
Because
because I didn't know what to do. The INEC, they know what to do. But I'll read
Are you
something
sure?
to you. Yes. The Senate version of it says, the presiding officer shall electronically transmit the result from each polling unit to the IREF. The House version says, the commission shall electronically transmit the results from each polling unit to the IREF in real time. The Electoral Act 2022 version says, the presiding officer shall transfer the result in a matter as prescribed by the commission. So we have all of this, okay? I need to read this story. The controversy over the passage of the Electoral Act Amendment, Bill 2026, at the Senate was laid to rest yesterday. The Red Chamber endorsed electronic transmission of the results without including contention's real-time provision. This was shortly before it adopted the votes and proceedings of the passage of the bill, which sealed the third reading on February 4th during rowdy section, because the version passed by the Senate did not include the real time. Looking at the real time, it says as your voting is going immediately. Now that was not included. We don't know if it was a omission from the House. We don't know it was deliberate omission, or we don't know why that real time wasn't included. So maybe we'll take more, we'll discuss more, we'll get some people to come up to discuss this. But I think, I was saying the other time, I think that we need to begin to look at what the amendment says in 2022. Until we begin to see what the amendment says and begin to follow what it says, we will be getting it all wrong. You know, because why won't you do it? Like in the UK, in London, you are voting, you can still go to work. You just do what you want to do and you go to work. You know, it's not on your way, you just do and you move on. I don't think it's a big deal to have this electronic system put in place. The IREF must work. Internet, INEC, they give INEC a lot of money. If you see what was budgeted for INEC the last election, you begin to wonder what is happening. Why are we not getting it right? Why can't we use electronics, for God's sake? I get there, I put it, we count, immediately everybody is saying the same thing at the same time. There's nobody that is not seeing what we're talking about here. You know the result, I know the result. There's no need to say one sheet disappeared, the ballot box was taken away, talks is electronically transmitted. So why not do what is current? Why we want to take us backwards, 10 years, 40 years backwards? We're moving forward, there's progression. I think we should follow the times. You know, I do not see this as something people should, it should be done the right way. Upload it, e-upload, straight to
laughing. I said the witches and wizards that is holding Nigeria will not let us rest. Because you want to do one thing, it will look promising. When it gets to that day, it becomes a disaster. That is the truth about this. They might have good ideas, but implementation is always a problem.
Yeah, I know that we have issues with, when people say we don't have structures, I said no, we have policies, we have structures. Most of the sectors have good policies or structures, but what we have is not implementing it the way it should be.
Unnecessary violence.
There have been
unnecessary
hiccups here and there.
So it's unnecessary.
Bureaucracy in doing things, and I don't think that is correct. Well, we'll go on this break now. When we come back, we're going to look at some of the things making the rounds, and we want to sincerely appeal to you to be a part of this show so we can get preferred correct solutions to the things happening in Nigeria. We will be right back.
10 singles step into the love pad where love isn't just found, it's tested.
Moving along. I'm exploring.
Lines blur, desire takes over, and jealousy hits harder than any storm.
I'm jealous, and it's not something I hide.
Some find romance they've waited for their whole lives, and where there's love, there's bound to be heartbreak. In the love pad, every heartbeat counts, but in the end, who will find true love?
Welcome back. Well, the President Ahmed Tinubu, said something very important to the governors when he met with them. He said, use my policies to improve lives. Where you read that story?
So, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said, against the backdrop of tough economy, reform and rising public expectations, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday threw down a challenge to governors, ministers, and top government institutions He demanded that policies decisions must now translate into visible improvement in the daily lives of Nigerians. Speaking at the close of the two-day Nation Economic Council (NEC) conference in Abuja, the president insisted that his administration's renewed hope agenda would not be judged by resolutions or rhetoric, but by concrete outcome in jobs created, roads built, schools strengthened, healthcare improved, and investor confidence restored. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was represented by Senate President Godswill Akpabio, warned that the gathering must not end at another high-level discussion without memorable impacts. He said reform is not an event. It is a process. It requires courage, patience, and consistency. The decision we make here must translate into visible improvements in the daily lives of Nigerians. Job created, business supported, road constructed, schools strengthened, healthcare improved, and opportunities expanded. So that was what the president.
Yes, but looking at what is happening, policies are supposed to improve situations of people. But what we see is one begin to question the kind of policies we keep and the results we're getting. I do not think the president is wrong about this.
I would say, let me speak first from spiritual side.
I will tell you people have already. Okay.
And what I'm saying is, sometimes when God is taking you through a process, but you don't know God's plans for you, you start to doubt God. Sometimes you even blame God. Oh, God, it's not me, you are supposed to do this thing too. After all, I always serve you. I've been praying that you should give me at least a Corolla. Let me even at least have something. But God's plan is to start with SUV for you. And He wants you to get to a particular space so that you would now know how to make money to maintain the SUV. But if you get that Corolla, you will be restricted to Corolla. You will think you have arrived. And He knows that's not your journey. Why am I trying to say this? A lot of Nigerians I believe in President Tinubu. Doesn't mean I will not criticize him tomorrow if he do something that is wrong. But for a policy for our mother, grandmother, mommy, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, she's a very principled person. And she's the director for World Trade Organization. For her to come outside and say this policy is working abroad, Nigeria name is getting changed. IMF came and said we have cleared our debts. Our reserve is increasing. Tinubu is not politicizing Dangote's refinery. He's giving him more strength to the extent that they are having an agreement that we will not sell in dollar, we will sell in naira to strengthen naira. Just a few days ago, we've said this thing like 1 million times on this table. Nigeria is number 6 on country that has made money more. GDP that has improved GDP in the world, number 6 among top 10. So when you are seeing all this, it is now then obvious that what's it called? It is now then obvious that the president is working and there are good policies that is bringing out. But it looks like Nigerians like magic. We always want things to happen very fast. If it's not happening, then it's fake. If it's not happening, there is no original. The fact that some Nigerians seems not to like the president or the political party where the president came from or where he's representing is bringing more problems. Like I said, one of the reasons why I don't know mathematics today is because I never loved or liked my mathematics teacher. So there was nothing he wants to impart in me because nothing comes to my head when he's in class. We just want him to just teach whatever thing you want to teach and leave. So all of those things are things that, are affecting Nigerians. So putting all this together, some of them don't even read. Some of them don't even listen to news. They don't know what is going on. They use the cost of fuel and cost of food to judge the development in the country. So bring David Umahi out. Let's check out the project he has been doing. Are they improving infrastructure? Bring, if not for security, and everybody know that they are saboteurs. in this country, there are some people who are just sabotaging the president's efforts. So the president is now coming out to say, by now the people should be seeing the impacts of this reform. It's not only the whites, the Oyinbo people that will be seeing the impact. So me, I feel like what the president is doing now is a good one. Charge them, put fire under the chair of the governors, expose them, let Nigeria know if your state is not growing, your governor is at fault. But don't forget that the president will be careful in doing that. But wait, let the president by luck or by grace enter second time when he knows he cannot go for third time. He can now then deal with any governor. But for now, he needs those governors.
Okay, but about I don't want to talk. I want us to get the track up. But let's hear directly from the president on that.
I think it was represented by the Senate
Yes,
president.
let's hear it.
Chairman of the National Economic Council, a very good partner on the journey for progress. Your Excellencies, I hope we will address you on the liquidity problem that I am facing as the president. But I congratulate him on the sustained stability of the economy, exchange rate, inflation going down, and all aspects of our macroeconomic situation being achieved. Thank you, Mr. Governor of CBN. Thank you very much. Honorable Ministers, members of National Assembly, development partners, private sector leaders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to address the second edition of the National Economic Council Conference at a critical moment in Nigerian development journey. I commend the National Economic Council under the leadership of the able Vice President Kasim Shettima for sustaining this vital platform for strategic dialogue, policy coordination, and collective action across national and subnational governments. NEC remains a cornerstone of physical federalism and economic governance in our country. The theme of this conference, delivering inclusive growth and sustainable national development, the renewed Hope National Development Plan 2026 to 2030, speak directly to our national aspirations. It reflects our resolve to move from recovery to transformation, and from narrow growth to one that is inclusive, resilient, and sustainable. Yet, Nigeria stands at a defining crossroad. We face inherent structural challenges, including macroeconomic imbalances, infrastructural deficits, unemployment, poverty, climate vulnerabilities, and limited physical space. Yet, our people possess the resilience, creativity, and determination to overcome these realities. Since the inception of this administration, we have undertaken bold and necessary reforms to stabilize the economy, restore confidence, and lay the foundation for long-term growth. These reforms are instruments for delivering prosperity, dignity, and opportunity to all Nigerians. I must say again at this junction, the monetary policy that we've embarked on since the reforms has yielded positive results and is being recognized around the world. Thank you, Mr. Governor of Zambia. We have recorded notable achievements that reflect our commitment to cooperative federalism and inclusive development. This, first, state and local government now receive increased and more predictable federal allocations, improving their capacity to pay salaries, invest in infrastructure, and deliver social services. Second, we have strengthened the macroeconomic stability through improved revenue performance, stronger public financial management.
Welcome back. That's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu giving his speech there. I really like the theme. And partly, what he talked about is all about just inclusiveness, delivering inclusiveness, which is very important. You can't say you are a governor and the people are not feeling you. Rio, before we went on that, brought that in, you were talking about the president and praising him so well about his policies he's talking about. But I must tell you that there are some things he is doing that he also ought to look deep inward, not just telling them, but actually taking the hard stick on them. Because we see that some of these governors, I do not know why you are in a state and the electorate are not gaining or assessing dividends of democracy. The essence of electing you, they put you there. They gave you the office. You are supposed to give a return, before you went there to say, I want to govern these people, you have your agendas. That's why for me, all this agenda thing, I do not subscribe to anything agenda because it's just lip service to the people. Electorate need to know that we're getting to a time where I think it can be amended. Our constitution can be amended on that, where we begin to bring individual candidacy. Let's see you do things. We don't want to say, I'm going to do A, Y, Z, 100 agendas, and even one at the end of the day. If you're leaving office, people should bring you back to say, you promised this, but we never got to say this. I think until we get to that point where penalty will be given to people not doing what is right, we will still continue to manage and to, this is all a mirage. You do not say, I want to, every time you say the governors will tell the local council and the councils to say that I want you to do things, at the end of the day they leave after their tenure, you don't even see anything. But when we begin to pull penalty, you said you are the governor of, for instance, Kaduna State. Your agenda reached this thing, and we didn't see you carry out all of these things. Please, you go to court until we begin to see them pay for what they do. Because we'll keep blaming the federal government. We cannot stop blaming the federal government. They are the parent body, they are the father. If a child is bad, you say the home failed us because they didn't do what they need to do in time. You cannot see people take money. You cannot see your estate. People are so hungry and nothing is done. But you see every time they talk about security, you need security votes, they give you and nothing is done. I think until we get to where we begin to question these people, not just the president telling them, okay, you need to, these policies, they need your people need to feel you, not just feel you. We need to see what you want to do with the money. We need to see infrastructure. We need to see a lot of development. And so, why would some people say this cutoff mark from this end, the south, the west, is different from the north? It should be same. Because when you want to elect people in offices, you don't look lower class or up there. We are same. Until we begin to look at all of these things, cut-off mark for this school is different from that school. No, let everybody read to pass. Because when you get appointed, they don't say what school. When you get appointed, you get an appointment. They now say they are putting, it has to be equal rights. You know, the North has to be represented, the South has to be represented. They do not do a quota system. They don't do, what they do is they pick you from here, pick you from here. It's same graduation, it's same certificate. You must be a graduate or whatever, secondary school, school leaving certificate, whatever they ask for. But I think the way we are going about it is going to be mouth say alone. But there's another thing making the rounds. Can we look at what is coming out from Dangote this morning? We need to talk about it. I remember Dangote Refinery recently changed their pump price to $799, and now they've slashed it again downwards to $744. Can Rio take that?
Yes, I'm trying to get that through.
When we talked about Dangote petrol price, this pump price this morning, Pink Republic said, but there are no difference now. We just had, it's almost same cost. I said, no, the latest right now is not same cost, but they are a little different. And this makes a lot of money. But let me read, let me bring it up. Let me read it so you get to know what the exact cost is as of this morning. Okay, Dangote Refinery slashes petrol price to $774 per liter. Dangote Petrol Refinery has reduced its premium motor spirit gasoline price by 25 per liter, lowering its ex-depot rates from $799 to $774 per liter in what industry analysis described as strategic price recalibration amidst evolving market dynamics in 2026. The refineries communicated the price adjustment to marketers on Tuesday, noting that the new rate takes immediate effect. It's a notice issued by its Group Commercial Operation Department, Dangote Petroleum Refineries, yesterday. This is to notify all of them that it's no more $799, but it is now $774 per liter. Yes, Pink Republic.
Yeah.
So you're not buying, you have 25 at least percent there. You have something.
Because I don't know. That's why I'm trying to divide it. The other day I was trying to check that how many liters will somebody buy for 5K if it's eight.
Do the arithmetic. It's just about.
Then that's what I'm trying to do, because the thing is, I'm tired. Like when they said 779, I say, how much are we buying before? Is it not when you look at your pump?
But you know, a kobo means a lot to us. A kobo is something.
Because sometimes like this, when they sell all this, I don't know, it's magic.
But Rio, this is not reflecting to reality. Even when they are the commercial vehicle people, I don't know if they are informing them.
Dangote's prices has always reflected.
No, what I'm saying is they do not reduce. We're talking about ourselves now as Nigerians. When they reduce the pump price, the commercial vehicles don't reduce their prices.
Because these prices we are talking about is still fluctuating. Tomorrow can come now.
No, but why not charge someone based on what is happening at the moment?
So we are reading on paper now that it has been reduced to 774. That's the number of local governments in Nigeria. That has been reduced to 774, and I have a petrol station or petrol depot, and what I bought, I'm not done selling it, and I'm supposed to sell for 900 and something naira before I can start selling the new price. And then you drove down to my station, and I sold for you for 900 and something, because I haven't changed the price, because I'm still selling what I bought last. I don't want to run at loss. But as the way government gets to do this thing, they reduce it for people who still have fuel, and somebody wants to explain it that this is it. But I don't know, maybe they still do it for them. So when they reduce price, they get to know some stations that still have fuel, and then they subsidize it for them, kind of. But I don't think that really is practicalized or it works. So you won't expect. And one thing about the motorists, the what's it called, the transporters, they know how these things work. When these things have to be stable, before they can be stable, you can go to park on a Friday and they will tell you Lagos to Ibadan is 50,000 because they saw a lot of people going to Ibadan. You can go to park on a Tuesday and Lagos to Ibadan is 25, and you'll be shocked because they don't have people that are coming. So sometimes the cost of their transportation fare is even determined by the numbers of people that are on the road. If you see when there is traffic, when there is heavy traffic, you will see transporter increasing their fare.
Yeah.
1,000 to Oshodi, normally 800 to Oshodi. They will tell you 25. If you don't want to enter, stay. Before you see vehicle, you will cry. So that will make you want to enter. When they see that there are a lot of people in this bus stop, Oshodi is 17.2, everybody. You know, and you'll be like, oh, you just have to. So those are factors too. So if government is ready, there are infrastructures that will be in place. When you have
price regulatory, because I don't know
say,
why
aside from the price,
just wake up
when
in the morning
how many
and just fix prices.
the BRT buses that we have, I killed you not. I'm talking of Lagos as a case study. They are not even enough. Like there are some places that BRT will not even get to. So when government work on the train, work on the ferry, work on the road transportation system and its balance for any country in this world that you see that is better, check their transportation system first.
Very good.
For any country in the world, you see, my friends abroad will tell you, I drove 1 hour to work every day. I'll be like, well, I say, my house is like, let me say, I live in Ibadan, I work in Lagos. They have good roads. When you have good roads, trust me, it's not just about fuel. Some places, those keke guys will carry it, they will tell you they change their tire at least 2 times in a quarter. And all this, they will still have to service their vehicle. And bad road cost a lot of damage to those vehicles. It's still inside this money they are collecting from you. They will service the car. Inside this money, they will buy fuel. Some of them will still do delivery because they are not the owner of the vehicle. Some are running on hire purchase. So what can government do to make this thing easy for this person? Number one, good road, good infrastructure. Then you put good policy down. You let your police not be corrupt. Let your last man not be corrupt. All of those things, when we put them to order, road will be fine. Transportation will go ease.
Honestly, I think we need to begin to look at our refineries or get more people on board. You know, Dangote, people will tell you, I don't want to advertise for Dangote, but people will tell you, okay, I prefer their fuel.
We won't even see it as advert, sorry, because it's
no,
the largest employer of labor after federal government.
Everywhere. Maybe
but Shell just arrived with the same amount of money Dangote used, $20 billion, and that's what this president has been doing.
Who told them to come back?
Because
the one that left now.
No,
okay, let's go
the way we are setting canopy.
I think we'll have done.
They are the one that left.
But what if they did not come back? So I mean,
other ones will spring up.
But where were the other ones since they left? For how long have they left the country?
We're not hoping on them.
Okay, but let's take this other one. We discussed it, and I don't think it's just repeating, but let's take it because it's from the ADC. Electoral Act, Senate adoption of e-transmission victory for Nigeria. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has described the Senate decision to adopt Section 60, subsection 3 of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2025 as a victory for Nigerians. The opposition party, in a statement on Tuesday signed by its National Publicity Secretary, attributed the Senate's reversal of its earlier decision to stick to the Section 60, subsection 5 of the existing 2022 Act, which merely canvass transfer of results, including total numbers of accredited voters and the results of the ballots in a manner as prescribed by the Commission to Nigerians. The statement, however, urged Nigerians, particularly the civil society organization, to remain vigilant and continue applying pressure until the bill is fully ascertained by the president properly gazetted before it becomes a law, excuse me. You are a legal practitioner.
Yeah.
Now we are praying that they said we should be vigilant. You just have to follow. Even though we want to transmit these things, electronically, but you must put your eyes to the ground.
Yeah.
And they are saying it's a good one. But we can see, we talked earlier about some hiccups might happen, where a senator is saying that his own village, there's no internet. Other people are saying it's fluctuating in where I'm from, giving an excuse. But that's why I said that time, this burden is being laid on the table of INEC. All of these things should be put in place. Even the people you are using, your manual staff, your staffs you're using, must also understand. Don't assume that because it's an NYSC core member, you just assume that the person understands how to is educated. I think training must go around, and these people are saying this is a kudos for us.
See, when you were reading this thing, do you know what I was just thinking about? All this mafia movie. Sometimes the other mafia will just create one law thinking that it's going to, and they just believe that, there's advantage for us. That is how I see this, right? But the truth is that we see what Nigerians don't know how to do things very well.
Don't say we don't know. We do things right.
We don't do
Some
everything
people
very well because
don't
this
say
internet.
We don't know. You're saying as if we are dumb.
See, it's
Some
not
of
about
us are
it's
not.
not about dumb because the way even the internet entered Nigeria, we are hearing somebody is gaining from that one they put before you even put another, before you even recharge your phone. They did not arrange this thing very well. If you check this thing earlier on the internet, you find out that the people abroad, they know how to make videos. They can even stay longer than it is before people say complaining. How come our own is very, very expensive? As we speak, it's still very, very expensive, and we are not receiving what we pay for. Other countries don't have two heads, right? But sometimes in Nigeria, it's like we just endure. We just like enduring for things that doesn't make sense. You don't give us internet. People in the village, you see somebody entering one country, maybe one eastern country, they will be in the village recording. They might even be doing live, and it's okay. How come our own villages, they are having problem with internet? It's not a crime to live in a village because you want to relax. So everybody must not be in the city. So they should think about this internet, how cheap it is. It's still very, very expensive. It might be okay for us to afford, right? But there are some people, they cannot even afford it, and they have ideas to make their life better. It's still very, very expensive. We should go back to the roots of this thing. And before they start making all these laws, say, I have a problem with it. Have they called INEC? Ask them, which pattern is okay for us to do this thing very well and don't have complaint? All I see is that they just keep dumping, we want. And the INEC is just pretending as if they can do it. And
no, but we test. This
on that day, a very prominent man, it's not just an ordinary person, we come, they will not even recognize his thumbprints.
He did not have Jonathan.
That's what I'm telling you. So the truth about this whole thing, how ready are they? If you say, please sir, we can't even do this thing people are saying, we can do manual now and plan ahead for this one. Because the machine they are using sometimes is subject to court cases.
Yeah, but you remember that we've used this before, and monies was assigned for this, and was implemented according to them.
There will be court cases, right? That's why they have election tribunal, and they will need that RF as this. What are the function of removing one disk and placing the clear one, not clearing of evidence? So to me, they are not really organized, because they might say they are ready on that day. You see something. So we should be thinking about the grassroots, how all this thing started. We want to go into the internet and be doing stuff. How ready are we? We are here now, we are struggling with internet. Is it supposed to be like that? Who is going to pay us for the data lost in between time? Our businesses and all that. We are not looking at all these intellectual properties attached to all these things. That is why we are having a traffic jam when it comes to such policies being pushed on us. because we have not treated it from the roots. How much is supposed to be? Maybe 1 gig. Is it 1,000? It's supposed to be like 200, 100 or something like that. 50 naira, very small money.
So that everybody can access.
Yes, can access. You cannot
Everybody
claim
can
and say,
use.
I don't have the money. 1,000 I would have used in buying bread to enjoy myself, and now use it to buy internet. So we should go back to the roots and say, you see this next coming election, we all use manual. Let us work on this thing for a better election. But to me, they are not prepared. They might come out and say, we are ready. Watch that day. And then your name will show.
Okay, something we're supposed to have taken yesterday, I think we should look at it because this is very important. We can't stop talking about it until the right thing is done. We saw where Nigerians, some people went to the National Assembly and they call it Occupy the Nation National Assembly.
Yeah.
Some other people were against it to say, why would you go there and start making a fool of yourself? That they are doing well, they are not going to do anything. But at the end of the day, we saw the result. They listened to us. But I do not subscribe when it's not peaceful. It was a peaceful protest. But I want to say something here. Why that process happened? We saw, okay, the process followed the Senate passage of the National Electoral Act 2022. And in this, it says, in which the lawmakers removed the phrase real-time transmission of the election results during the third reading of the bill. They said they shouldn't remove it. It's still there. I hope it's not just the protest. I hope they will do more to it because the issue was the real time. Although the Senate had issued several clarifications denying that it rejected electronic transmission of the election result, protesters insisted that the proposed legislation must explicitly mandate the real-time electronic transmission. You know, that real-time is what we're still looking at.
Yeah, not just
That's
electronic.
not just electronic, but the real-time issue is what we are looking at. I hope they will explain that real-time and put it as stated because of the Constitution. We need to begin to hold what we says we're doing. We need to, because when you don't follow Constitution, nobody's going to follow you. The country will be in disarray. You know, we saw while they were doing this, it was a bit, I saw where politicians now, some now support use. It was a rowdy session where some said, we want to know, why others are saying, there's no need for this, let's do it manually. This IRF stuff didn't work out when they test run, when they did it, and we gave a lot of money. And the INEC was not even taken to court. You know, they were not blamed for it, no one. People came out, they gave their excuses, and that's the pattern we do things in Nigeria, which I do not think it's right at all, real.
Well,
shouldn't people be returning money if we give you to do A, Y, Z, and you didn't do it?
I have said it. The elderly people said when two trees falls on each other, you remove the one, on the head first before removing. We Nigerians, we like magic, we like miracle, we like to jump. We don't like to take each step at a time. First to start with, I don't still feel it's the president who should be responsible for appointing INEC chairman.
I don't think so. You're right.
It is called Independent National Electoral Commission. If you like, do A transmission, do Z transmission. He will play the tunes or what else. He will dictate the tunes, whatever they want to say. I don't know how to do that. So you would not expect such a person to work against his boss when you are not Jega. So you will just continue to ask questions. Should they do this? Should they do this? The truth is, there are things we need to put in place so that we can have easy access to correct places like the INEC, places like EFCC. The president is not even supposed to appoint who will investigate him for corruption. Imagine you are appointing somebody that will investigate you for corruption. You are paying through you. They are paying the person's salary. Through you are making some decision that the person. If you say you want to shut down, if the president say shut down EFCC today, they will shut it down. So how come the place where the president can shut down want to investigate the president? So to start with, if the youth are ready, the movement is not by shouting it. See, we have been doing. Stanley will always say we have been doing try and error. We put Obasanjo try and error, Yaradua try and error, until we are in the days of Tinubu. There are things that we need to put in place. There are people that need to be chased. There are commissions that need to be cancelled. There are institutions that should not exist. There is a virus inside the system. Two things we can do is either we format the system or we throw the system away, buy another system, so that all the flashes that we want to put in the system will no longer contact virus. Look at the ADC that are coming for e-election transmission. Are we really serious people in this country? These are people that love manual so much that you will see the manualism inside them. These are people who still have corruption cases. You talk of David Mark, you talk of Aregbesola,
They applauded this. They applauded this.
They are applauding because they are opposition. That is, will you be in APC today and you will come out to talk against the president? Even when Ali Dume tried to talk down the president, he was beaten. He also understood the implication.
But they supported the president on this. I think everybody is saying yes. Let's get this electronic stuff work. It has to work.
I am saying the opposition party, the ADC, that are carrying it. First, they are carrying it because of their selfish interest, and that's what Nigerian youth don't know. They will use you guys and dump you guys.
Are you saying all of them are using us in Nigeria?
All politicians. This one don't even say some. There is no politician that does not use people.
You believe that they are there for you?
There is no politician. Even
Pay them no salary.
Barrister Pin, even if they are there for you, they will still use you. You know, I will tell you how. Number one is, it is a game of number. You need the number to get to the office. So if you don't have the number, you don't have people to use, people to campaign for you, people to lie to that they will believe your lie. What politicians use us? There's no politician. In short, men of God and women of God, some of them still use people. Because who are the congregation? Who are the church? It's still the people. If there's nobody in your church, you will be discouraged to even preach on the altar. Now let's not talk of less of politicians. If a goat can vote, if a goat can vote, Nigerian politician will be humble to that goat during election. That's all because you need help.
It's not their fault. It's the electorate's fault. See, we need to begin to know that salt you're taking will not help you in 4 years. Until we begin to know that we are where we are today because some people were giving 1 tin of milk or sachet or whatever. And that's where we have found ourselves today. And now we're trying to fix it. Everybody's looking for solutions because Nigerians like to have free things. There's no free meal in Freetown.
Exactly what I'm now saying. That the youth that are coming out to protest, are they even protesting for the right thing?
They are just protesting.
They are just outside. Go and check their protest. They are insulting. You cannot be insulting me and be wanting me to do what you want. I saw a very dark man came out and he saw something. Said people are saying, why did he not come out? And he saw that one boy came out and was calling the Senate president FOOL.
Yeah.
Calling all sort of name. And it's the same man that you want him to do.
Like
yes,
this.
you want him to do what? Are you protesting or you are fighting?
Okay, but we need to move ahead. Let's look at what the papers are saying this morning. And it's the Punch newspaper this morning. We want to take the banner headlines in the Punch this morning. Electoral Act Amendment. Opposition protest as senators back manual results transmission. I'll give you the riders. Upper chambers appoint 12 members panel to harmonize bill with reps. Atiku Amechi, El Rufai, Chede, lawmakers. Senate okays electronic manual results transmission. And this was the one I must say here this morning in the Punch. U.S. deploys 200 troops to Nigeria. Wow. Real. We don't have time to take that, but that's important. Now the U.S. they've deployed 200 troops to Nigeria. We'll see where the terrorists will enter. States spend 455 billion to sell foreign loans. Nigeria slip global corruption index. Wike Fubara calls trust after Tinubu's move. And finally, from the Punch this morning, PDP crisis Appeal court orders harmonized brief ahead of judgment. We'll move away from the Punch and we'll go straight to the Guardian this morning.
The Guardian. INEC under spotlight as Senate shifts ground on e-transmission. And the riders. Nigerians spent 3.53 trillion importing raw materials locally available. That you find on page 3. CISLAC urges action as Nigerian dips in global corruption rating. Page 3. Court bars Osun local government funds utilization pending end of trial. Page 3 again. And Russia denies reports of Nigerian mercenaries killed in Ukraine war. That's on page 4. Lagos state government seek food, water vendors, other support in war against cholera. That is page 5. Zoning raw court battles test opposition coercion ahead of 2027. That is on page 6. Lagos, 12 other states to experience longer rainfall in 2026, says NAMED. That is on page 5. Academic raw selective implementation of 40% pay rise. That you find on page 4. And finally, experts urge FG to criminalize ransom payment to terrorists. That is on page 5.
Okay, we move away from the Guardian and we look at what the Tribune is saying this morning.
A quick one on Tribune, headline, Senate's OKE transmission of election results, manual backup, increases members of conference committee, makes transmission faulty. Article. Meanwhile, government adopt 24 passengers in Kogi, Benue, COAS deploys special forces in Plateau. Nigerian Foreign Reserve eat $49 billion. CBN NCC propose suspension of airtime data sales during network outrage. Atiku Makinde meets IBB in Mina. NRS get 40.71 trillion revenue target for 2026, surpasses 2025 target of 25.2 trillion naira, rate in 28.3 trillion. Edun Adedeji Tegbe reiterates hope in new tax law. I'll just put a pause to that. Thank you.
Okay, then finally from the newspaper this morning, I'll take The Nation this morning. NRS targets 40.7 trillion 2026 revenue. And the writer says how tax laws can work. I think we need to talk about this because lots of people want to see how the tax law will work. Atiku Makinde, others visit Babangida, politicians flock Mina. We have the results transmission. Senate, House disagree on real time. And the writer says here, harmonization of versions begins. The Red Chamber's upload to IREF. I won't take much time. We don't have much time on our side this morning. And finally, from The Nations, we take just this last one. Let's use policies to improve life, says the president. We've discussed that today. This morning, the president has said we should use policy to improve life, and that is honestly the truth. You can make your policy create wealth for people. You can make your policies help the state of the nation. But what we are in right today, don't let me say, we are still hopeful and we're believing that somehow, someday, it will be well. Well, before we go on the show, we need to move now. We're going to be bringing to you something you will like. See what happened, but before then, we are wrapping up this show from...
Yes, I am Robin Emmanuel Oluwafemi. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Uncle Drew, Ibrahima. Yeah, that's from Burima. Yes, Pinky.
I am Barrister Pinky. Bye for now.
Well, I'll read this, then I'll tell you bye. Successful school marks 20 years of academics excellence leadership building in Ikorodu. Successful school. They're marking on 20 years. That's what we're going to be leaving you with on this show today. I am Vera Osopa. I'll see you some other time, but don't forget, tomorrow is another day for Bumper Breakfast Show. But you enjoy the 20 years of leadership. Good school. Yes, enjoy it and see you some other time. Bye-bye.
The anthem 20 years ago For 2 decades, Success Field Schools, Ikorodu, Lagos State, has remained a major contributor to educational development in the area, setting the pace for other schools not only in academic excellence but also in grooming future leaders for the nation. This achievement was vividly showcased during the school's 28th anniversary celebration, which brought together former and current staffs, old and new students, parents and school management in a colorful display of drums, pomps and pageantries. The anniversary celebration commenced with an opening prayer followed by the rendering of the national anthem.
We thank you, our faithful Redeemer. Hitherto you have helped them from the beginning to this very present time. We return every praise and honor to your most high name in Jesus' name.
In line with popular adage that one good turn deserves another, the proprietress of Success Field Schools, Academia par Excellence, Mrs. Ololade Bilikis Odole Akinyemi, was ushered into the main hall in a special and befitting manner. Mrs. Ololade Bilikis Odole Akinyemi formally set the tone of the event with a welcome address reflecting on the school's journey, milestones, and commitments to quality education.
I want to honor our pioneer parents. You saw the vision of Success Field when it was just a seed, when we are just planting seed. You trust, water, and seed. And today, we all sit under the shade of the great tree it has become. As we look at these story buildings and modern life laboratories, we must remember that our proudest achievements are not made of cement. They are made of people. To our parents, current parents, thank you for the feedback that keep us shaped and the PTA meeting that keep us united. And the trust you show by sending your children through our gates every morning. You are the reason we continue to invest in modern art facility and science laboratory, because your children deserve the best. To our old students, we are proud of students who are done with their university and doing well in their choosing career building. Today we look back with miserable pride at the students who wants to walk through this hall as children. Many of those who started with us in those 7 classrooms are now graduated from universities and excelling in their choosing career. Whether they are now doctors, engineers, entrepreneurship, or artists, they carry successful DNA of excellence and into the world. You are our greatest ambassadors. And your success is the ultimate validation of the vision we started in 2005. To our old students, we salute you. To the staff now, to our staff, both past and present, if you look around, you will see our old staff, they are around here to honor us this afternoon. You are the heartbeat of Successful School. White building and made of blocks, a school is made of wisdom and patience.
Students further enlivened the occasion with captivating performance ranging from instrumental displays and choreography to rich cultural presentation.
Let's appreciate these children. We can clap for them. We can clap for them to make them happy.
Goodwill messages from members of staffs and parents highlighted the school's positive impact on learners and the community over the years, commending the management for its consistency and vision.
Which was organized by one of the international companies. And she came second across the Lagos State. And her institution is being financed by that organization till all her secondary school period. And who did that? That is the effort of our success-free school. And I can't deny that.
The highlight of the celebration was the cutting of the 28th anniversary cake, symbolizing 2 decades of growth, resilience, and success.
C! Another C! Give me the E! S! A louder S! Give me the F! I! E! Give me a loud N! Everybody together, give me the D! Congratulations and happy 20th anniversary! We're taking the first picture.
Speaking in an interview, the proprietress, Mrs. Ololade Bilikis Odole Akinyemi, shed light on the challenges faced by the school and outlined prospects for future expansion and improved learning outcomes.
Success Free School has been in existence for 20 years, like our motto says, slow and steady and win the race. We have been able to escape through, slow, steady, and we got approval for our primary 6. That's called placement, Becker, junior WAEC, and senior WAEC, and NECO also. So I will tell you that a school that started with 7 classrooms, started with nursery and KG classes, we have been able at least to reach our peak. We have gotten to SS class now, that's SS3. So that's to tell you that we have really worked hard. Well, for my parents, I would like to continue to encourage them to support us, because without parents, there can be successful. And for teachers, they have been the engineer of the room. Without teacher, there can be successful. So I will just continue to tell them to be more patient with the school, with the children that are under them. In every organization, you have different challenges. You have challenges that will come your way, but we've been able to overcome. Is it teacher challenges that you want to talk about? That you get to a school and that 2 or 3 teachers will not be on duty. You just have to manage yourself. Or is it parents who are going through challenges in their various homes and they are not able to meet up their children's school fees? Is it driver that's supposed to be at work and you get a call that I won't be able to call? I won't be able to make it down to the office. Different challenges, each day with his own challenges. But with God on our side, we are able to overcome.
I want to give God all the glory for taking this school this far, because it is only God that has been with us since inception. That God has made everything to be good. 20 years is a whole lot of years, but we thank you because the school is going from strength to strength. Give glory to God Almighty. Success Field is a unique school with qualified teachers, good facilities, conducive environments, and I can say our pupils and students can compete with international standard because we have good teachers, we have the facilities, and we have all it takes to impact good knowledge into children.
I'm happy for witnessing what happened here today. I'm so excited because 20 years is not a joke. This is a great milestone and I'm excited. Success Field is a place of learning, a place where we nurture young minds, a place where teachers are trained to grow, and it's just a lovely place. My experience with Success Field has been wonderful. It's been, let me just say from one step to I've learned a lot. I've improved on myself as a teacher and also as a leader. So it's a place to grow. That's what I can say.
I will bless the name of the Lord for the event. It's a successful one. We thank God for the organizer of the program. The proprietress of ourselves put in our best to ensure that this program come out well. And the staff also are in support of it. Everyone work hand in hand, and this has been what has led to the success of the program. It's a great event that we will always remember.
Today has been a successful day. It's not just an event, it's a celebration of victory. It's a celebration of success. So I'm really, really happy today has been successful. Success Field is not just a school. It's a place where kids are nurtured. It's a place where we bring out the best in children. It's not just the average kind of school that is all about academics. No, it's more than that. So it's a family. It's a place where kids are, their future, they are structured in a positive way.
I feel very excited to be here on such occasion to rejoice with my amazing boss and mother figure. And all I just want to say is that I want her to keep being who she is She's an amazing person. She's a wonderful personality. I want her to keep being who she is. And I pray that the school will witness 20th, then 30th, 40th, 50th, and many more years to come.
Fantastic. I really, really rejoice with Successful today. This is not surprising in any way because Successful within this community has been one of the best. So it has been like that. And working with my boss, it was really, really a great experience for me that actually become part of me till today. So working with her has been amazing. She's just like a mother. She usually cares for us, and most time she tries to lead us to a path that okay, you just have to move away from your comfort zone. That is, you should at least, you can do better than what you are doing recently. So she has been a kind of good counselor, a mother, a mentor, and a guardian.
It's fantastic. Successful has been a very good school. When I first came to EITA, I was looking for school for my son. It was through one of my friends that introduced the school to me, and ever since then, I can say I never regretted it.
I should just start by thanking God on behalf of Successful Schools. The dream that came to be today, it has really been a kind that started from an humble beginning and is now transforming lives of younger ones into the future. I believe that the school is going places because talk of the proprietress, whom the Lord has given the dream of the school to, she's really a mother, and she's even putting the children together in grooming their lives.
Congratulations to the management, staff, and students of Successful Schools on 20 years of excellence and service to education.